It goes without saying that being generous improves the world. Some of us come to this from our Jewish values, others from our human values, and most of us know this from our past experiences. It feels good and right when we can act generously toward another, or when someone else acts generously toward us. When a child is hungry, we provide food. When someone is in tatters, we provide clothing. And when someone is homeless, we provide shelter. And yet, though this is the ideal, we don't always rise to the occasion. There are times where it seems more difficult to be generous, where we are reluctant for whatever reason. I'm reminded by a quote from President John F. Kennedy, Jr., who said in 1962 to our nation, "We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because the goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills." So too it is with generosity. When it's easy, it's easy. But there are times when it is difficult, when it challenges us, beckons us to rise to our best selves and fulfill that generous act, though it may be difficult. So during this generosity week, we can take a moment for reflection, to think about what holds us back. Where does our timidity come from? What's our reluctance about? Why are we anxious or slow to be generous? When we go through that process and reflect in those ways, we are able to become our best selves, generous of mind, generous of heart, and generous of spirit. And so I pose a question for all of us to ask truly of ourselves. What is it that holds us back from being generous at times, and how do we rise above those obstacles? For when we do, we become our best selves, truly generous, and by doing that, we also better the world in which we live.